And you welcome to Still Doing Happy Hour. Welcome to the Still Drippin' Happy Hour. This is your host, Mason. We've got an exciting show tonight, and on the move with me is Hayes. Holla.
And Batman and Robin. Look at this beautiful picture that Mason whipped up in probably 15 minutes. I bet I randomly
Yeah, it's a
texted
little
this
less.
maybe 15 minutes ago. That's impressive, man. Look at you.
Yeah, so we'll get to that a little later. A little
You're
sneak
like the
preview of
you're like the Elon Musk of Still Dripping. You're the brains. You're the manpower. You're everything.
that says little about Still Drippin' if I'm the Elon Musk, but I don't know. I think we're all the team. So, well, welcome to episode 89. I think we might have a little freezing
89
up on my
episodes.
end, but yeah. Before we get into this magic, we'll tell you to go follow us on Instagram and Twitter at StillDrippinTN. Keep downloading, sharing, rating, reviewing, commenting on YouTube, subscribing, all the fun stuff, so you can hear us through your ear holes every week. Hayes, how you been this week?
I'm okay. I feel like I have the best comments from specifically on our YouTube.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody can touch me.
There we go. Yeah, yeah. We'll see. Am I lagging on your end? You're
No, you're
coming over
good.
a little choppy, so didn't know.
You're coming over a little bit choppy. Don't say that to me.
I am. All right. Well,
No, I'm great, man. It's been all right. It's been a busy week. A lot of various things going on. Not a free shout out, but like, did you vote?
I did vote. Yeah.
Yeah, so did I. But I am the type that if I feel like I'm being pushed to do something just because, I'll do the opposite. Like I'm that person. And so watch a lot of basketball. I do. And last night, if you watched any NBA, it was vote, 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 vote. And to such an annoying level. And then also, I wish they would just say, go vote Democrat. Like, oh, they just say it, call it what it is. Go vote for the blue. I wish, and that's frustrating that they don't just call what they want you to do. And it makes a person like me not want to do the exact opposite. It just does.
Yeah, I
Things
understand
like
what
that.
you're saying. Yeah, it's frustrating. I totally understand what you're saying on that.
Like I'm just trying to watch a ball game, and look, I'm planning on voting,
jumped
but like,
around. But
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to go on a rant to start.
No, I totally get it. I'm with you on shoving it down your throat. It's important. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, you can overdo it. And the NBA didn't have any games on tonight for that reason. So you could go vote, but
which is kind of admirable, kind of, and at the same time, it just bothers me.
Yeah, yeah, I get where you're coming from, 100%.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we can move on. I think we've got heavy sneakers news this week. So let's just move inside the box.
What's inside the box?
That's my shoe in the box.
All right. So let's see. We can start. Well, I guess we can go to our sponsorship stuff. If you have a great sponsorship idea like this partnership right here that we're looking at, Manscaped and the Ball State Cardinals, please let us know. If you have one for Still Dripping, please do not make it phallic related, because we understand that there's probably some products that are, if you're still dripping, then probably you need some help, but we are not in that market, so don't come at us for that. Please make it sneaker related.
So, like,
Hopefully.
a bad idea would be condoms, or
It'd be a terrible idea. Absolutely a terrible idea.
or like, what's a good STD medicine that's out there? Probably not a good one.
I don't.
Either of
Yeah,
those
probably
two,
not
we're
a
gonna
good one.
pass.
I don't know any names of those, but
What's the
anyways.
one that I feel like is getting shoved down the throat right now? That's like the HIV medicine, right? Every ad on every basketball game, and it's the dudes kissing and stuff. What is that one?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking
I'm
about,
telling you, I
though.
don't watch enough TV. If I'm watching NBA games, I'm getting up and doing something during commercials. I'm not glued. So
Well, listen, if I'm watching NBA games, it's NBA Reddit streams, and I'm watching it for nothing. I'm watching basically a hacked NBA League Pass.
yeah,
But I agree.
that's
If you
fair.
got
I
a
do
good
that too.
idea,
Except
good ideas, we gave you the bad
sports betting
ones.
gave me a free 3-month NBA League Pass, so
Oh,
we're hitting
dope.
that right now. So
See,
we'll
like a
see.
sports. Nah, we're not sports enough. But like, um, yeah, a Music City Vintage, a Rooted, a Nike,
Nike, get
our
at us.
folk. Like, come get at us.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Nike, that's all we got on the releasing
Look
this
at
week,
this.
Doc. Trophy Room Air Jordan 7s. I don't know if we've talked about these. We might have a little bit.
We
Looks
did a
like a
little bit.
Barcelona 7 alternate. Um, coming out this
I
week.
I
The
don't
real
like the
question
red
is,
color.
yeah,
These
the
have
red
grown
is
on me
different.
more. Yep. There is a little bit of a lag, by the way. That's why I keep talking over you. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, the red is different, but I think these are good shoes. I think with Trophy Room though, you never know how many are getting backdoored and if anybody's even going to get a chance. So
I don't know if I like the autograph embossed thing on the heel. Just kind of looks weird right there. I don't know where else you'd put it, but
yeah, I
yeah,
like
they're
the
not.
autograph, but yeah, with it like indented in it, and it's not actually like a signature on the shoe, like the off whites were. It kind of is weird to me. I'm
There's
in
something
agreement.
off about this though. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they should have flip flopped maybe this mountain peak looking thing right here, whatever that's on the sole. The
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
if the red was blue and the blue was red, maybe that would something looks off on it though.
Yeah. I do get what you're saying there. Yeah. It's different.
Yeah, I
The
love the
red on
silver.
red doesn't look great.
I love the silver bullets. I probably wouldn't. I'm not gonna buy them, but I know you're a big fan of those too.
Yeah. I just don't think there's a place for 97s right now in my closet. There's
Mm.
too many other shoes that I actually really love. And these, it would just be to knock a 97 off the list, and I don't really care about doing that.
Yeah.
So,
And then there's no way in a billion years I'd wear these 11s down here. They're just not for
yeah,
me.
where the patent leather is, that like mud guard type, whatever we call that on the
And
bottom
it's
of the.
velvet, right?
Yeah, that's what I like it not being patent leather. I just don't like it being velvet. I want something
Mhm.
in between. Give me a suede on it or something. But this is a women's
Definitely not
shoe.
velvet.
I put this on here because I feel like if the 11 is coming out, it's officially holiday season.
Mhm.
If you get an 11 starting in November, that's when holiday season starts. And so that's why I put it on here. And then the Air Jordan 9 NRG boot. I know you like this one. I just think it's hideous.
I mean, I know you like this one relatively, right? It's not like I'm not gonna buy them, especially knowing that it's a boot. If I was doing more camping right this minute, maybe. As it is,
Okay.
it's not happening. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. Couple different shoes. This one I think is a new silhouette, which is why I added it on here. The Nike Huarache Craft. What do you think of these?
I like Hirachis in general. I've had a pair of these that are very similar recently. It was a ACG type Hirachi. They were brown. I
Mm-hmm.
wore them till they are mowing shoes now. So they're very similar to these. They're not bad. I mean, I'm a Hirachi guy. I can get into Hirachis pretty easily. I like the brown ones a lot more than the black ones here.
Yeah, the black don't look good to me. The brown, I think
I
I
like
could
the
rock
different
these. I
shades. Yeah, you got different
Yeah,
tones here. What's missing on the black is just I don't like the triple black anything. I don't own
right.
any triple black anything.
No, it's a hard shoe to wear, and
Hmm.
I don't know. It looks more like a basketball shoe to me, whereas the brown you can wear
Yeah.
all the time. So yeah, just hadn't seen that before. Just thought it was interesting. We're getting multiple colorways. Swoosh placement is different. Usually
Hmm.
on OG Hirachis, you don't have a swoosh on them, so they're trying to add some branding on there, I guess. And yeah, it's like a kind of to me looks like an air more up tempo,
Hmm.
like a Pippin with a Hirachi. Same time frame, I guess, when your inspiration is. But next one, official
Man,
pictures.
we had the same
These are coming out
slides.
this month. These are beautiful,
These are
absolutely beautiful.
absolutely beautiful. What is this color though? Like I know
It's
we kind of named it ourselves, but
yeah,
it's not brown. It's somewhere between maroon and brown.
yeah, yeah. It's it's difficult. It'll be interesting because Nike pictures aren't always the best at showcasing what the actual color is. It'll be
Yeah, but
interesting if anybody gets these in hand of what this color looks like in person too.
is this leather? Is that I can't even tell
I
the
think so. I think it
okay.
is leather.
I mean, these are
Yeah, I
great.
love
These
that
are
all
solid. Solid effort here.
the features and everything are the same color. Like
Yep.
under the mesh, the lace um eyelets or whatever, not eyelets, but the holes for the laces on the top and the bottom, all the same color. I feel like that's pretty rare for a 4.
Sick
It,
effort
very
here.
well
These
done.
are these are so dope.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Running through. Oh, Landon's missing out on this one.
Oh man, we're so similar, man. I can't wait for you to see my slides. Um,
So,
pu-
Pokemon and Puma are doing some collaboration releasing this week. There's a lot of different shoes going on here. You got some Pikachu, Charmander. Is that Charmander? I'm
I
not.
don't know.
I don't
This was
remember
after
too
my
much.
time.
Bulbasaur
No,
and
but hey,
Squirtle.
listen,
I don't know
forget
what
all
the
that.
purple one is.
Would you wear any of these? These are horrible. All of these. There's not
They're all
one of
pretty
these.
bad. The purple that could go with some Raptors apparel,
Are
right?
those basketball shoes and the rest of them are lifestyle?
Maybe they are. I'm not sure. There is a Puma basketball in this
Yeah,
picture.
here's
If you're listening on iTunes, go to YouTube and look at this. We're at the 13th minute here on YouTube. So there is a Puma basketball in the picture, a bunch of other silhouettes. The silhouette of the orange one, which is I guess Charmander. I
it's
think
the
I'm saying that
550.
right.
It's the Puma 550.
Yeah, that one looks pretty dope. I like that silhouette. It's
That's just because you like
very
the
nice.
balls.
No, not the colors. I don't really love the colorway of yellow and orange together. Um, just the shoe in general
Yeah,
looks
you
good.
like it because it's a 550. That's why you like it.
I
It
I guess so.
is.
To me,
They
that
ripped it
silhouette
off,
looks way better than a 550. I don't
which
know if it's the Puma logo or what, but
not to skip ahead to my slides, this is reminds me of uh, the Ronnie Fi Asics collab that came out Monday that I missed. That's the same thing. They ganked the 550 and are trying to ride that wave of popularity. And it's almost the exact same shoe, just with
mm,
the Puma logo, just with the Asics logo. Just we'll get back to that later on. But
yeah, yeah, I do understand what you're saying with that. Trying to pull up that slide, but I don't see it on
don't
your
worry about it.
slides.
These are
Anyways,
hideous, man. None of these are good. This just these companies, man. I was gonna ask this on a slide later on, and we will get to it. this is not a good idea to collab with a cartoon show. It's just a Disney collab. The only one that's been remotely even close to decently pulled off is the SpongeBob Kyrie, and
Yeah,
that's
that
it.
was good. That was really good.
And any other ones, the Space Jam with LeBron was, ugh, so many of those were just terrible. Just companies, stop with the collabs with the cartoon stuff. It's as bad
Yeah,
as having
I
fur
think
on a shoe.
this might be what you're
Yeah,
referring to
this
as
is
well.
exactly it. What about this headline by me? Great news! Adidas taps the Incredibles to replace EA. Is it ever a good idea for companies to do a collab like this? They're
So if you're
so
there, that's a lot of Iron Man colorways ish. So the Incredibles, really, there's not much Incredibles branding on here. They just liked the colors, right? The colors don't look bad.
the colors. I don't know. The bottom left one right here. What model is this?
I don't know.
Because it looks like
It
the
I think it's
Zion
a
had a love baby with the Mellow. The Mellow 2
yeah
had a love child with the Zion.
with the first Zion. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a D Rose.
Is that what
I
it
think
is?
both of those, like the one right above it, is the other side of it. No, I guess that's a
No,
Dame.
this is a different
It's the
one.
knockoff Dame, right?
Okay, this is 2 different colorways of Dame. Okay, yeah. The one at
Yeah,
the
that's
bottom and
right.
the one catty corner from that.
Yeah,
But what's the one
they're
right
both
above
Dame.
that's like the Balenciaga zebra? No, no, no.
Looks
They
like
took the
the Air Bacon.
zigzag. Yeah, they took the zigzag technology from Reebok and threw it on an Adidas and then made
Yep.
this monstrosity.
Looks exactly like an Air Bacon with 3 stripes on it to me.
Maybe so.
Uh,
But it goes back to my point of stop making these stupid collabs. This is so stupid.
yeah,
Oh,
not a good look. They're all basketball shoes, so I guess this is a basketball thing. But like,
the
are the
Hawks. All the
Incredibles?
Hawks are gonna wear them.
Are the Incredibles in? Like, is that a
I
thing?
don't think so.
I didn't know they
I've
had
got
a new
little
movie.
kids. No, they
Yeah, I
did
don't,
maybe 3 years ago.
yeah, yeah. It just seems just random.
It's
That
very random.
and Pokemon. Like, I get it, nostalgia for people, but Incredibles is not like a show that people are like nostalgic about. It it's a
What is
well
happening?
done superhero movie that kind of just filled the gap of between great movies, I think. I don't know. If you're a huge Incredibles fan, please, we'd love to have you on if all 4 of you. All
More
4 of you,
importantly,
please.
if you're buying these shoes and you have them in hand, we want to have you on as well.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can feel free to stop listening to the podcast. Don't tell your friends. Don't tell your friends for sure.
We'll just keep
Man, we're
going on your
grouchy.
slides.
Grouchy tonight. Did you have no more on yours?
We got a few, but they're more later. So let's see. Cool idea from Nike.
Dude, I really like this. This is on the sneakers app right now. You can go, okay, so this is the progression here. The shirts, you can buy the shirts just regular, tie-dyed right here on the left. But then they also do a dye kit. And on their Instagram, it's a story, and basically it's I just thought it was a really cool idea. You buy the shirt blank, and they send you this kit over here to the right, and it's instructions and even videos on how to tie dye it like these pictures over here on the left. They have these logos that you iron on the sleeve after you've washed them and dried them. It's just a really cool idea. I thought this was a really clever idea by Nike. Something, I don't know, engagement type thing that you can make it your own. It's meant to be bought and tie dyed how you want, but I just thought it was really really cool branding idea.
Yeah, no, that is really cool. I think they've done this with shoes, maybe like a very low amount of just an all white shoe. I don't remember what silhouette it was. But yeah, I think I've seen this before. But yeah, just to make it widespread and do a sweatshirt, do clothing. I think it's a win-win for Nike. You get those creatives that can do stuff with it and make it their own, but you still get to put Nike on it, and it doesn't have to be something
Yeah.
retro. It can be something new with your new technology and
And it's
something people
unique,
can
right?
wear for a long time. Yep.
Nobody else is gonna have the same one.
Yeah, exactly.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Great idea, Nike. Good job.
Man, another good idea from Nike is this right here.
Oh my gosh, am I so right on this? I
Yeah.
mean,
If you
as
yeah,
soon
you
as
already
I
know
saw this
we could have somebody on the pod. We could have Seth on the pod right now, invite him in, and he could talk about this shoe for us and know exactly what we would say about it.
Mhm.
So, yep, beautiful shoe.
A
This is the
perfect
brown
shoe.
version of the Shadow, which
Mhm.
means if you get this, you can wear it with everything.
But it's the textures of the turbo green.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not
It's not
tumbled
all
leather.
leather.
It's gonna
Yep.
be suede or like I don't even know what you call this, like scruffy leather?
I think it's suede. Suede is a type of leather. It's just
Okay.
would that be the finest type of leather? No,
Mm,
probably not. I don't know.
I don't know. This will be a must cop for everybody that listens to this podcast,
Oh yeah.
self included. God, man, this is perfect. They killed this. I can't even critique it.
I
The
think we've got
bottom of it, the sole is perfect. The off, like the aged yellow.
yeah. Oh yeah. It's like a brown version of an Ama Maniere to me.
Mhm.
Like you've got the aged features on it. You've got the leather where is the ankle like brown around the ankle, is that leather or is that the same suede?
It looks leather.
Yeah,
But even this
I
little
can't
detail,
tell.
that little space of brown right in the
Mhm.
middle, even
Yep.
that, you're just like, "Oh my gosh, that just pops." It makes it this shoe is just incredible. God.
Yeah. This to me would be more adequately named the Mocha one than the
Mhm.
actual Mocha would be.
Hmm,
I don't know. Maybe I
okay.
guess Mocha you think of darker, which is where you get that name, but yeah. I like these a lot.
Yeah, so
All
sick.
right, I think we have a little story time from Hayes, right? Tell us
Yeah,
about
okay, I'm
what
sorry, I
happened
kinda
to
gave
you.
this away a minute ago, but I really was trying to go for my first pair of Asics, which is basically this is this is what I was saying a minute ago. This is the 550 ASIC. I don't know, I've never seen it in my life. I just know Ronnie did it, and it's a Kith collab. But I was going for the one on the right, which is a grayish. They're really pretty. Like I was gonna buy them to wear, but of course I get in line and they're immediately sold out. And so screw you, Kith. Screw you, Asics. You're dead to me. I'll never have a pair ever again. I never want to have another pair.
Mm.
It was one shot, one kill. What about you? Weren't you? Because I think you were feeling these.
Yeah, I like these. At the end of the day, I would not wear them enough to warrant me buying them. If
Mm,
right now, if I'm getting a shoe, it's gotta be something that I'm gonna wear a lot. Like the last
okay.
shoes that I got were those Air Max 1s, the Crepe Hemp.
Mm-hmm.
I've already worn them 3 or 4 times, which I mean, it's been a month, but I can't wear sneakers to work, so I on the weekends 3 or 4 times since I've gotten them is quite a bit. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, it's gotta be something like that that I'm ready to put on and wear a lot, and these just aren't gonna cut it for me. Now, another Kith Asics, like an older one, if I can get it for the right price, would be. Um, but these probably
Okay.
wouldn't work it. And I mean, you're right, dead on about 550s. These are an A6
I
550.
told you. And then the other ones that we looked at a minute ago were a 550.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different company. It's a copycat world.
Yep. All right, we've got some photos to make me go back on my words last episode of the Jordan
Yeah.
13 Soulfly in the UNC colorway. I said it looked very cheaply made, and this picture disproves that, in my opinion. The cream on I think it's cream, right? The upper is all cream
Maybe.
instead of white. That's the pictures that I saw look like that more. Could have been just my phone screen. Um, but yeah, the quality and stitching on these pictures is 100%
This
better
is
than what
way
we
better.
saw on the
I wonder if you
first.
saw a sample.
Yeah, I'm assuming because it was on foot,
Yeah.
and so I'm sure it was a sample that just was poorly made, and um, this looks a lot better. Even you can see the part of the um, like inside of it
Mhm.
around the heel and everything just looks very very soft and very quality. Um, Even everything from the tongue, the laces. I was definitely wrong about the quality. So I think this um, it's unorthodox materials for a 13. It's not the normal what you see every day, but um, yeah, this can work.
I
It
mean,
will work.
basketball season, college just started last night, and I mean, it would be a thing of beauty to see Caleb Love wearing these in Carolina.
Oh, you'll see UNC players.
I hope
What I'm
so,
curious
'cause
about
these are
is this is a collab, and you probably won't see anybody but players wearing this. This feels
mm,
like a friends and family type thing, or we're
okay.
not gonna get these.
No, it's gonna be a tough cop.
Yeah, and it being the
Nonetheless,
13, they're not gonna put many out, right?
yeah,
I mean,
probably not.
I wouldn't think at least.
Yeah,
All right.
but when I saw the Instagram picture that you had, I was like, "Oh, man, if this is how they are, then no thank you." And then I saw this picture, I was like, "Okay, we gotta talk about it." Now it's much better. This is
Oh,
this is this is dope.
all right, I'm gonna stick with some sneaker news. I know you got added some out of the box news, but in the box
Did you
we've
see
got
this?
DJ Wagner. I did not see this, so
Okay, I just saw this yesterday. So this is the first NIL deal that I have seen with Nike, but I was like, "Holy crap, that's DJ Wagner." DJ Wagner is the number one recruit in the country. He's going to Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken. But they have him talking about, and it's on Sneakers. I saw it on Sneakers, the app too. The GT Cut 2. So who cares about the shoe? It's just I I can't I could never have imagined 10 years ago, 5 years ago that a Nike would have a high school kid as an ambassador, basically. And I multiple reasons here, but I just was like, it surprised me.
yeah.
But even more surprising is if you do a little bit of research. Technically, he signed to Nocta.
That's
Technically, his
weird.
Nike
I
deal
didn't know
is
that
Nocta.
until I saw this.
I was like, "Are you serious? That's so random." But I guess not really when you consider, I guess Drake is these kids, Michael Jordan, right? This era of kid. He's their he's their Jay-Z. You're freezing up. Oh, anyway, DJ Wagner is this era. No, sorry. Drake would be the Nocta guy, right? He is this generation of kids, Jay-Z. So that part doesn't surprise me. It's just the fact that Nocta puts out absolute crap. I'm sorry, I was just burning time until you got back. Can you hear me?
No, I think my internet is. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can hear you.
Yeah, you're good now.
Yes, my internet is pooping out.
I was blabbing,
So
but the main point I was trying to make was I guess I can understand how um, he would want to be involved with Drake because Drake is this generation's Jay Z and all of that, obviously. But Nocta is crap. Everything they put out, it's not any good. And so,
yeah, I mean that's
uh,
why he's not wearing a Nocta shoe in this photo, right?
shocker. Absolute shocker.
Yeah, I
All right.
think my internet is just screwing down, so I'm gonna try to
Cool,
get
man.
through this news.
We'll do it quick.
Um,
We're going to make this a quick one
yep.
anyway.
Let's see what else you got on here for me. All right. Yeah, I think that's it for inside the box. We've definitely got some outside the box that we can turn to. So let's move on into some outside the box, and we'll just go on your slides. You
You
have
know,
one
hey, something
here.
that we'll come back. I'll come back to my thought. All right. So no, go back to that slide. This is important. So some of this just happened today, but some I just called this a PSA. Number one, the internet never forgets. And children who listen to this, people that listen to this, me, for heck, there's some things I've said on these podcasts that I was like, oh shoot, I should probably go back and listen to all of them again and just tell you to delete parts of one. Or whatever. Are you frozen?
No,
No, you're there. Okay,
I was just reading.
and there is very little grace in the court of public opinion, um, even from when you were it's supposed to say even from when you were in middle school. So number one, this Vanderbilt coach just put a I'm trying to remember what he said. There was when Kanye was doing all this stuff, his response to one of the Kanye things was, "Ye is two steps ahead of everyone." That's what he wrote, and
Mm.
that is supportive of Ye, who's hates Jewish people, and like the list, like, and he's lost his job. Okay, so this is continuation of Kyrie, Kanye, Kyrie. Here comes the wave, right? And then the other thing is, have you heard of this Boston Bruins guy, the hockey thing? Have you seen this?
Yeah, yeah,
So basically, this kid, give you a really quick synopsis. This, well, now he's 22 or whatever. He was drafted into the NHL. It came out that he was 12. He was bullying a black handicapped kid when he was in middle school, and he's just lost his. I read something that said he will likely never play in the NHL from a decision that
yeah,
he made when he was 12.
yeah. I think he got in trouble right when he was 16. Was that when he was convicted?
I think sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I think we're cutting out again, but yeah, I don't know. It's a fine line, and I, to me, these are two completely different stories. Um,
They are two completely different stories. I'm just trying to paint that this is the era that we're in. This is two
yeah,
good examples of where we are as a society, right?
yeah, and yeah, it's disappointing. Um, unfortunately, well, fortunately and unfortunately, your actions do have consequences. Now, to me, I don't know. To me, even the Kanye and Kyrie stuff are completely different, and we'll talk about Kyrie later, a little bit, but um, I don't. Yeah, I just think if you are saying if all you're saying is coming out and saying Kyrie or Kanye is two steps ahead of everybody else, um, and you're not even referencing anything else. I didn't see the tweet, but or the comment on Facebook, but to me, that's just like a general statement. Like
A
it's not
general
like he was
statement
saying,
that was interpreted by a university where we live, and this dude is probably
yeah,
not going to have a job for a tweet.
yeah, and
For a tweet.
the right, and don't get me wrong, like what you say matters and what you tweet matters, but it's not like he was standing on a bridge with the Kanye was right about the Jews tweet. He tweeted that he was two steps ahead of everybody else, which I'm pretty sure most people agree with in the fact that like he did that, whether he believed it or not, he did that to get out of his contract. I think we can establish that that's probably true. So if he's coming at that, if he's saying he's two steps ahead of everybody because he found a way to get out of an Adidas contract that he never wanted in, then I think that's pretty fair to say that that's true. Um, I don't know that, but I don't know. I haven't read too much about the Mitchell Miller kid and everything he did. Bullying is awful. Um, but I do believe in second chances, just like most people believed that Mike Vick should have been able to come back to the NFL.
In the same way,
And he was a full grown adult when
it's
he
so
fought.
it's so interesting when you think about this too. And listen, I haven't done hardly any research, So this isn't just follow my whatever logic. I'm just being logical. You've got Deshaun Watson, who has been allegedly accused of inappropriate sexual conduct with over 20 women, and he was suspended 6 games in the NFL. 6.
Yeah, initially, I think they moved it to maybe a full season, but initially it was 6 games.
So, but they reacted, right. It wasn't proactive. They were
Right.
well, we're getting dogged for this. I guess we should make it longer, right? It was
Yeah.
but this
No,
kid from
exactly.
when he was 12 years old, 12, he might not get to play professional hockey ever. You're just
Yeah.
like, how? What does that mean? Like, how is that consistent? What is the? I don't understand. I don't understand.
Right. I mean, it goes back to the NHL being, if this kid was the next Wayne Gretzky, nobody would
Mm,
care. The NHL wouldn't care. I guarantee, like, you have to know that. It's all about money. And the
mm,
NHL believes that they're going to have a bad rap and people are not going to come to their games. Let's be honest. The NHL isn't the NFL. The NBA is not the NFL. If this dude was in the NFL and he could make money for an owner, he would be on the field. But hockey isn't that mainstream. And so if they don't want to have somebody, that's just my opinion. But I don't know. It's all about the dollars. And to me, they're saying that this guy being on the end of a bench isn't worth as much as him not being in the league. So,
mm.
like it or
Man,
not.
you just got to be so careful about whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I
100%.
I try to teach my kids this, and I don't do this perfect either, and I'm a human, but I try to teach my children to live like you would could someday run for office, like be that clean, and they're going to screw up, and I heaven knows I've screwed up even on this podcast. But man, you just got to be so careful about the things that you say and put out there. That's why I'm extremely, um, especially on any personal. I don't do Facebook, but like even on Instagram or Twitter, I am super vague, and I try to stay away from anything that could possibly be linked back to something that would be whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like this, especially. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I work for reasonable people though, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Here's along the same lines, and then we'll quit talking about this kind of stuff. If you hate hearing it, fast forward a little more. The cancel Kyrie stuff. I know you wanted to talk about this. To me, Kyrie, I don't haven't watched too much about the media. Kyrie, it was stupid what he tweeted. He tweeted something that he agreed with points of this documentary, but he didn't agree with the whole thing. Essentially, I think I haven't done too much research. I haven't watched the documentary, but I essentially think that it was hateful or very anti-Semitic. I think that's agreed upon. And
See, I
um,
don't think so because I've read 2 other
okay, go ahead then.
takes of it. It's the same thing that Ye is saying. It's exact same thing as if you criticism equals anti-Semitism. If you are critical at all, or if you think differently, or if you say anything at all, that means it's just like the racist thing, right? If you
Hmm.
say if you are, I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but it's like that's the card you are immediately played. If you step out of line with because I was very much questionable about the documentary and all that too, and then I read multiple reviews of it that say just that. I'm like, well, exactly what is anti-Semitic? Is just stating history here. Is history anti-Semitic? If
Hmm.
it's just a
Okay.
historical take on it, like, oh, mm. Now there were some like, and I think admittedly, he might not have watched the whole thing or paid attention. Like who recalls anything that they watch the whole
Yeah.
thing? And so you're never going to agree with 100% of anything in anything. But in the world we're
Right.
in right now, none of that matters. You if you say something, it's a black and white thing
Yeah, no,
issue.
I agree, and I think thin skin is the common denominator in a lot of this stuff, and
100. How
yeah,
offended can we be, and how quickly can we get offended?
yeah, I think, I mean, in terms of what Kanye has done, people only want to see him as the person who didn't get vaccinated and the person who tweeted this stuff out and that's anti-Semitic or whatever. Um, but it- if okay, let me start with this. If you think that he is anti-Semitic, okay, whether he is or not, if you think he is, that's okay. That's fine. But you also have to acknowledge that he is not only that, and he is a good person. Like,
Yeah,
the world is complicated, and that's what I've been trying to say about Kanye West. We can be good people and still do terrible things in a lapse in judgment. Like in our small group, we're talking about Moses. Moses was a murderer. He was also a very good person who followed God for a long time.
David,
David,
great
yes,
man,
same thing.
also
A murderer,
capable of horrible things.
yes, but
Yep.
he is described in the Bible as a man after God's own heart. And I'm not saying that Kanye West and Kyrie are described like that, but I'm just saying it's more complicated. Just like every political issue that we have, people want to say it's black and white, but it's not. It is gray. And just like we are as people, that's the reason why these issues are
Because
complicated
we're
and
humans.
there's not two sides, is because we're human, and you can say something that's anti-Semitic, or you can, in some people's eyes, not my view, not get vaccinated because you're a selfish person, but also donate $300,000 to Feeding America and donate, I don't know, buy George Floyd's family a house. Now, whether or not, Kanye believes that George Floyd was in on it, in on his own death. You can believe that, and you can believe that Kyrie was a good person for buying him a house or his family a house. It can be both. It can be neither. It, I don't know. It's too complicated, and some people are only going to see it as a black and white issue, and it's way more than that. So,
Lastly, and then we'll move on. But the reason I put this on there today related to sneakers is Nike canceled his Kyrie 8. Now the good news is
yep.
it was trash, and so for those counting at home,
The other
most
good
Kyries
news,
are. But nonetheless, I was like, it's just the state of where we are.
yeah. Well,
This is
we'll see
ridiculous.
when it comes out, but I'm pretty sure that Nike was ready to cancel Kyrie last year, and when they announced that Ja was getting his signature shoe, that was when the Kyrie was going away, and it's
Mm,
just going to be the same. Kyrie 8 is going to be the Ja Morant one.
mm.
It's going to be the same thing. I mean, so I think they do this a lot, and you know, it is what it is. But I don't think we're going to be missing too much
We'll see Kyrie
from
with
shoes.
Anta next year.
Wouldn't that be something on the Congress list of human rights abusers?
You cannot say that. If there is a PS,
That's what they are.
if there is a Jewish sneaker company out there, Karma would be Kyrie signing with that instead of
Oh, that would
donating all.
be.
Dude, have you seen all the stuff that he has to do to get back to where he can play? Like
Yeah,
this checklist of things. It's
they've
like
said it's almost impossible, like that they
donate
just don't
money to
want
the
him to play.
ADL or anti defamation, and they say that they don't want his money because it's not sincere. Like this game, this political bullcrap game that they're
Well,
doing with
yeah,
this
I
man's
think
life. Like, good grief.
when you guys tweeted or talked about this in our group message, I pretty much said back, the Nets don't care. I don't think the Nets want him to play basketball with them. The
Mm,
Nets the Nets are about they're a basketball team, and they don't think that Kyrie is one of the people they want on his basketball. The Nets are terrible. they've been trying to trade Kyrie. Obviously, they're not going to be able to trade him with all this stuff, but I think they just want him to go home and they don't want to pay him. Is my view on it. It's a basketball move to me, regardless of whether you want to get canceled or not. The Nets suck. They're the Nets and Lakers are one of the worst two of the worst teams in the league with the biggest payrolls. And to me, it's a very basketball play of sending Kyrie home, and I don't know. Then you got Ben Simmons, the other anti-vaxxer, waiting in the wings.
Ben Simmons was anti-vax?
I don't know. I thought he was. No, maybe he just doesn't like to play
I
basketball
don't
and
think so.
says he has a hurt back. Yeah, he's probably not. I might have made that up. Don't sue me.
I remember
Don't
Jonathan
cancel me.
Isaac was one.
Yeah.
He's pretty vocal.
All right. I think.
Who cares?
Yeah, I think let's get out of that.
Hayes is an anti-vaxxer. Sue me.
Not an anti-vaxxer.
I'm anti-COVID things.
Right.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer. There's a difference.
There is.
Feel free to make it the same
most
thing
people
if you
don't.
want to.
Yeah, most people don't think there's a difference, but all right. Let's see. Sorry.
Yeah, let's be clear. I'm anti-COVID anything. Period. Always was from the beginning.
All right, I got a couple things. I know you got a good top 5 for us. Before we get to that, I wanted to ask you a question on. Here we go. One's got to go. 1s, 3s, or 4s?
4s.
4s?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that you knew that.
Yeah, I probably did know that.
There's no in a billion years I'm getting rid of 1s. 3s are my favorites. I have a closet of. I might have all 4. No, I have 1, 2, 3. No, that's not the Fire Reds. Anyway,
that is the Fire Reds, right?
No, that's something else. That's a newer shoe. I'm a big 3 guy, so 4's got to go.
Yeah,
you're gonna say 3's got to go.
No, I was gonna try to make an argument for 1s.
To go?
For me personally, yeah. The only reason they're not is because of the shadow to me.
Okay. Now, is there
because
a better
overall? Go ahead.
Is there a better 3 shoe lineup in the history of the world than the second row here? I mean, those.
Oof.
That is a.
That's a killer lineup.
1 and 2, either one. I'm a coin man. That second row is just historically awesome.
No, yeah, you're right. There might not be. And we should mix these up and separate some of those out and maybe pick a row. Maybe I'll do that for the next one. But yeah, I think I'm with you on 4s. To me, I take the top shoe from each of these, or the top 2 shoes, and then try to go from there. I think
there's better 3s they could have put on this list. The first 2
I made
columns.
This list, so you're talking about me.
I'm sorry. Then the last 2 3s.
Yeah,
I would have swapped out for something else.
Well, if you're gonna say they're not good enough, you got to tell me what I should have.
They're not good enough. Fire Red. And
okay. That's fair.
And maybe Mocha. I mean, that would be my favorites. Would be those 4. The black, the white, the True Blue. True Blue could have gone in the 3rd row.
I don't know. I
mean, MJ wore them with the Wizards.
True Blue 3 is fair. Yeah, I didn't go all OG. Obviously, I just thought the UNC 3 was a great shoe. But the True Blue,
trying to play on my heartstrings.
I guess so. I don't know. Is there the military blue 4 is kind of what gotten me thinking, if that's your second or third 4, that's a pretty strong shoe.
Oh yeah.
So I was just trying to go anti 1 because I feel like most people
It's too
they're the most
easy.
popular shoe,
Yeah.
right? And if I could have all 4s and all 3s, I would probably choose those over all 1s just because
Hmm,
1s are very overplayed right now, in my
okay.
opinion.
I
So
can
I'll
follow
say
that.
1s. 1s gotta go.
I had we've already talked about my choices with the military blue force. I think that was a
Mhm.
COVID decision that was stupid. And then I also sold my cement force. I've
You
never had
sold your cement 4s?
man. They were 11 and a half, and they'd yellowed a little bit, and I was like, "You know what? I don't wear them very much. I'm getting rid of them." The black on the sole, it just doesn't look very good. I just don't look good in them, and I love them.
Sorry. Okay, you're talking about the bottom
The
4
bottom
on this.
the
I
bottom
was thinking the bread 4.
no. No,
I
that's
was
a
like I
red
was
floor is a
okay,
must. I
yeah,
wear those once a week.
yeah.
I've never owned the fire red 4s ever, the top one.
I had those. I sold those. I
Hmm,
just bought them and sold them. I never wore them, but good looking shoe. To me, it looked like I might get some hate for this. It looks like a grade school shoe to me.
hmm,
So
no,
I actually like the
each to their own.
military black a lot better than the fire red 4.
Okay.
I know the history and everything is not there for the military black, but I thought that was a cleaner looking shoe. I still have those up on eBay right now. They kind of dip down like all sneakers have, but
And then a
get at
12?
me. They're in a 12. I have them up on eBay for 360. I would obviously take a little less.
360. Really?
Yeah.
That much?
Well, they're sitting there just for people to give me offers.
Okay. Got it. They're dead stock?
Like, yeah. Yeah, I know they're not gonna go for 360. I think I'm gonna try to do some math and figure out if I sell them for that much on eBay, what could I go to Music City Vintage and get the
Yeah,
same
exactly what I
amount
was
for?
thinking.
So I'll probably hit up Music City Vintage and trying to get this Disney trip paid for. So
Mhm.
um, yeah.
Two fours that are not on here that I've always loved that I've owned at points in time are the Oreos, which came out when I was in college. They retroed. I played
Mm-hmm.
basketball then all through college. Another one would be I think they call it the Columbia 4. It's tumbled leather. It's got dark navy eyelets. Those two are super underrated. Great, awesome shoes because the leather quality is awesome.
Hmm.
I just thought about that when I was looking at this
Yeah,
picture.
very good. All right, and then I think you had a top 5 for us, right?
Well,
What?
we can play a quick game. I was going to say,
Do a
what if
quick
we
game.
put together like our the we'll just do hey for just like this picture. Just think of four. Maybe let's just take of three all largely red shoes, and then three
Oh,
largely blue shoes, and then we'll vote who wins the red or the blue.
okay. All right.
So, like
So
for instance,
top red shoes.
off the top of my head, the first blue, like largely blue shoe that comes to my mind for some reason is the Penny One, the foams.
Okay. Yeah.
All
Um,
blue. Oh, can you? Is the screen still? Oh, change it. You want to change the screen? There you go.
yeah, let's see. Don't have a shot for this, but hmm, I went when you texted that in the group. I went
You went red, white, blue shoes. Got
red
it.
and
We can do
blue
that
in the
too.
same shoe, but we can
We
do
can do
that one
that too.
later. So I would say a red shoe that you'd have to have the Chicago one on there.
Another red, Yeezy Red October.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the OG
Yeah,
ones.
absolutely. Absolutely. You gotta have that on there. Um blue.
There's not as many blue, like just straight up blue.
Yeah.
I mean, literally the only blue, all blue one I could think of was the Penny.
Yeah, I think I had this on my red, white, and blue. But it works for blue. I would say the Jordan 6 Olympic or USA Jordan 6, Olympic
Mm-hmm.
6, whatever.
Love those.
Navy blue. I think that would probably be one of my top ones.
I feel like if we're going American flag, I think we've talked about this before. My favorite American flag based shoe was the Kobe Adidas 2, the one he wore.
Mm, yep.
Was that right after 9/11? Yeah. It was when he was wearing after 9/11. I mean, you're like 12 years old or 10 or whatever.
He
Um,
was like 7.
oh, you were 7 years old. But after that, he wore those shoes several games. And I think it was just a custom at the time, but then it became a thing. Those shoes are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not finding too many historic, I guess, blue shoes.
Hmm.
The Flint 13. It's a good blue, but I wouldn't say it's anywhere near like the best blue shoes.
Yeah.
But that one's one that comes to mind.
Well, this was dumb because there's not near as many blue shoes. We'll just give it to red.
Well, then let's just hit our top 5. I showed you my graphic of my top 5.
Got it good.
We'll just hit top 5 red and blue sneakers, and I'll just show you my top 5 right here.
We'll just see if I disagree with any of them. Oh my gosh. I'm questioning the Cortez, but the other 4 are great choices.
Yeah, I can give you the stories
Replace
about
the
these.
Kobe. The Kobe should go in place of the Cortez. But go ahead. This is your
Okay.
top 5.
Yeah, I just went with Nike, Nike Jordan. So Union ones are the first shoe that came to mind when you said this. I just thought, well, that is the perfect shoe for this. Kobe 5 was the shoe. If you go back and listen to episode, I don't know, one of the first 3 episodes, it was the first shoe that I was like, I really love shoes because of this one. That was the Olympic Kobe 5. That leads into the Jordan 6. It's just, like I said, the best navy blue shoe that
They're
I've
great.
seen.
Yeah.
I had a chance to buy these from Dan back when he was buying shoes off Craigslist. He offered me them for $110, and that's what he bought them for. And I was like, nah, not right now. And probably my biggest sneaker mistake, my biggest sneaker regret that I've ever had. So that's on the list. The True Blue 12s. Cubs won the World Series with Dexter Fowler wearing these. He wore them in a few games in the playoffs. I'm not sure if he won in these, but they actually, his were a custom, I think, with a red swoosh and red details on them a little bit. But essentially, they were a True Blue cleat, or French Blue 12 cleat, I think is what these are. And then the classic Forrest Gump shoe is number 5. So
All
yep,
Nike.
all Nike.
It's hard to argue with any of these. I like the Kobe because it takes me back to young Kobe. I mean, he was still wearing 8.
Yeah.
It was before the rape stuff, and yeah, that would be my only critique.
All right. Well, I think that about does it. We are just right on time with.
And y'all don't know this, but it was
58
late.
minutes.
It's been a long night for me. Mason and I didn't even get it on until here. It's really late. I'm tired, and so this is one of those where we did it.
We did it. Yep, we powered through.
Perseverance.
It's 11 o'clock. It's time to go to bed. Lastly, before we find out what we learned, do you have any more than sneakers moments for this past week, anything like that? Dead time. We can't edit this out on YouTube, boy.
I don't have anything.
Nothing.
If it was earlier, I would have been able to think about it.
Yeah, I need to begin to write them down, and actually post on Instagram to get some user feedback on these. But we'll skip that for now, and we can go straight into Hayes. What'd you learn today? Oh, before we do that, you can think about it. Remember to go on Instagram and Twitter and follow us at Still Drippin' TN. Leave us a rating and a review. Go to YouTube. We're on there. See our beautiful mugs. Tell us how we suck. Tell us what we messed up.
Mm-hmm.
We need a Tony Reale type. Maybe we can tab an intern, maybe like an intern Bodie, to get us all the errors that we have, to fact check us throughout our episode. You know, pardon the interruption, when they said what do we mess up, and they would go through the errors. Yeah, maybe we could get him to do that. We also need an intern to create some shorts for us. I tried to get to it. I write down times, and this isn't my real job, and I want to do it, but it becomes.
Remember when Landon was doing that at one point?
Yeah, this is not our priority. We just had a text about that today, that the other pod stars were out for family reasons, and that is to say that this podcast, our families are our priority. This podcast is not. So that's where it is. We're going to try to be as consistent as possible, but sometimes we fall short, and you know, it's a miracle that we've been 89 episodes. So we thank you if you're still listening, and if you're not, well, you won't hear it anyway. So, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.
Tell your grandparents, make another Google account, follow the algorithm, do all the stuff.
And hopefully we'll get some guests popping in here next couple weeks. And with that, I think we can go ahead and share what we learned this week, Hayes.
I learned to live your life. You know what? It's not really like, it's more it's deeper than live your life like you could be president someday and have that clean of a background. It's live like God's watching you, and what you want, not what you want. Live like you got a greater purpose in the world, and things will be better.
Yeah.
Hayes, live like you got a better purpose in the world.
Yeah, that's something that's very good to keep in the back of your head. Yeah, I think you never know. I try to tell my basketball team and just the kids in the youth group when we were doing that, is you never know who's looking at you, who's watching you. So even people that are older than you look at you and hold you to a higher standard than you probably hold yourself to, and so do people who are younger than you, and you can be an example to them, no matter their age. So just remember, somebody is always watching you, and that's about it. So I don't think either of us are up to rap. You're the rapper, so without that, we will just play a little Italy music right here while Hayes goes to sleep.
I don't recall this one.
I don't either.
This? Oh, I'm not gonna rap, man. It's gonna be bad. It'd be worse than normal. Let that ride. I love you, Mason. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that.
Peace. Y'all have a good night. Good week.